Hey guys, Manil Vlogs here, and I'm here with a special video telling you about my trip to England. This happened spring break, which was late March, and I hope you guys enjoy. It was a pretty fun trip. We left on March 25th and came back late night March 31st, so we were there for 6 days. So, yeah, these are just all the videos I took. This is every video I took. Some of them are going to be vertical, some of them are going to be horizontal. I'm sorry. And, yeah, I mean, I'll just give you some context at times where you need context. Enjoy! So we arrived at Gatwick Airport. We took an Uber with this really nice Polish guy, and we did get to see downtown London. It was like a 2-hour ride. That was pretty fun, though. Although I had like no Wi-Fi the whole ride, so I just listened to that dude talk about his life. My dad's pretty talkative, so it was pretty interesting. We arrived at our place. My dad and mom got some coffee, and then we were ready for a day of adventure. We would go to Trafalgar Square, Buckingham Palace, walk around, eat some lunch, and then just hang around Covent Gardens. So yeah, we kind of explored Buckingham Palace and the parks nearby. We didn't do a tour or anything though. But did I mention how I was awake for like 26 hours? My parents have a pretty good tactic of curing jet lag since they travel a lot, which is all you gotta do really is just stay up until it gets late at the place you're vacationing at. That's really tough though for me because I've never done it before. There's so many times I almost fell asleep. So yeah, we actually did have a nice lunch. It's coming up in just a second here. Yeah, there you go. And then actually right in between here, I went back to our hotel room. And then, yeah, I almost fell asleep there. But yeah, we just walked around the riverside, just took some photos of the awesome places you can see around there. And then we had some pizza, and then I went straight home and fell asleep for apparently like 15 hours. We began with a late breakfast at this place that was apparently like an old British military base, and then we just went out on this bus tour thing. It's actually pretty interesting. I took a lot of photos passing by Big Ben, which was under construction, sadly, at the time. We went around. I really enjoyed this just because I got to sit around and have to walk, stand up. I really get tired when I walk around cities, at least a lot. Surprisingly, I can actually go on really long walks, but I usually take constant breaks, so... But yeah, with this you get no breaks. My parents are very good at touring, and we just did. That's my dad, so anytime you're ever going to see him. What the tour guide did is he had like this commentary thing where you plug in this headset, and then you get to hear what he's saying kind of like from the front of the bus about the areas exploring. So we actually went to Tower of London, and that's where we dropped off. And we began a tour of it, actually. Really enjoyed this tour. We had like some Canadians, Americans, Minnesotans specifically, actually. And we went in. The guys who actually give you tours there apparently live there. It's a pretty cool area. They tell a lot of stories. Pretty interesting dudes. I'm really into history. I'm the Model UN Club, for shit's sake. Pretty good at it. AP US History, actually, is what I'm taking junior year. But anyhow, yeah, it took some awesome photos. We actually did go inside eventually. Look at these school kids. My dad thought that was a pretty cool sight. And I mean, it was still spring, so the trees weren't that grown, but it's still beautiful sights. And yeah, this is actually where the Spider-Man Far From Home movie takes place later. Yeah, right there, especially his final battle. Yeah, we passed through here a few times. Love this bridge, Tower Bridge. Then we had some really good food. I love lemons and limes. People say it's stupid, but I love it. Then we actually left and went back around, and we took the bus again all the way back to Covent to our Airbnb. Then we hung around for a bit. Later in the night, we saw a movie. My dad actually planned for us to see this movie. I literally denied my friend in the United States who wanted me to see the movie with him. I'm like, sorry, dude. Like, him and his dad wanted to see it, and I'm like, sorry, I can't come, because I'm seeing it in England. If you're wondering, it was Us by Jordan Peele. Pretty good horror movie. Weird watching it in England. There was a lot of people screaming in the theater. Didn't like that at all. There were a lot of weird people in that theater. British people are really weird. Yeah, you see the gap here? Yeah, late night, we had some dinner together. Then we actually went back to Trafalgar Square. You know, we got a cool little video here for you. Just take some beautiful views of this nice area. At night, it's way emptier than before. Usually it's just filled with a bunch of French tourists. There's Canada House, and that's pretty much it. We went back home and went to sleep, baby. Our next stop was Kensington Gardens. We took the tube, which is the British way of saying train there. And we actually went inside Kensington Palace. This is the only video from inside the palace. There were lots of French tourists and stuff. And then I went back out because it was kind of boring and just went on a walk.
She has a lot. Oh my god. I love those. Oh my god.
What is on my head right now?
Oh my god, get a picture fast of your head.
A bird.
Get a picture fast.
Oh, that is great. What kind of bird is it? It's a green one. Oh, really? Yeah, that is hilarious.
Trust me, it was a huge-ass park with tons of birds, tons of lakes, ponds, whatever you like to call them around your parts. Look at that bird, bruh. And yeah, I had some fun exploring, but as I said earlier, I really wanted to go to Victoria Playground. So I did, but we only had about 10 minutes free before we had to hop on a train. So I only got to look at it for a little bit. Next, we took the tube back downtown and we went up to the top of the Shard. Pretty interesting place. Tallest building in Western Europe, apparently, from the time I went there. Hopefully it hasn't changed already because it's only been a few months. But got tons of good views. Seeing it with your own eyes is pretty cool. Just enjoy the view for now. In between this point, me and my mom actually went to this market to have lunch. It was pretty cool and pretty filled. Then we headed on this river tour, which you're seeing right now. Then we landed and headed back to Covent Gardens to spend the rest of the evening.
Oh my god!
So, this next video is actually 10 minutes long. I'm sorry, don't worry, I did cut it down. What happened was we returned to the mall area that I told you about on the first day when I was super tired. I couldn't even stay awake while we were there, and I didn't enjoy it at all. We were visiting my dad and my brother, who went separately from us once we went to the market, and on the boat trip they were not with us for that, but they were with us for the Shard, if you were wondering. And we hung out in like a bar, a pub, whatever you call it in Britain. I didn't drink, but my brother was drinking. And like, you are not 18. You cannot come in here. And I'm pretty sure it was Indian guy. So we left, and then we actually saw this guy performing. And I don't know why I recorded 10 minutes long. I actually did it in 3 segments. So it wasn't actually 10 minutes we were there. We were like 20 minutes watching this cool guy do his tricks. So here you go.
Together. Hey, I'll ask a question. If we all answer the question, it's going to build up the energy again. So, if you guys are ready for a show, say yeah. Yeah. Didn't say anything. Help me out, man. Start a show. If you guys are excited about watching some juggling, go woo! Woo! Really good. Really good. You guys want to come all the way up to the line, make it look like there's a front row, and then we'll build this up. And if you guys want to, side row available. All the students from Maidstone, I've reserved this spot for you. It's on your shirt. Come forward, alright, we're doing it. The last few pieces of the puzzle, then we're going to begin the show. Hey. And if anybody missed it earlier, of course my name is Richard Philby. That's an Instagram symbol. I painted it myself. It's good, huh? I'm going to leave it here throughout the entire performance because it took a lot longer to paint than you think it did. And I want to get a good return on my time and energy. So help yourselves to my personal information there. Ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, everything's in place. We're about ready to kick this thing off. It is showtime. Not like that. We're all in this together. Let's make this happen. Let's turn this into the highlight of our day. Ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, it's showtime! I got 7 balls. I'm going to try to juggle all 7 of these balls. Difficult trick. Honestly, took me forever to learn. Sometimes this one doesn't work first go. Attempt number 1. Oh, no. I caught the majority of them. Yeah. No, I'm going to try it. I'm going to give that a second shot. Look, if this goes to the 3rd round, it could get really tense out here. You know, this is the first real trick of the show. If I make the same mistake twice, it could get real uncomfortable, but you guys can help me break the tension by pretending to be emotionally invested in the trick. Yeah? I know, man, I know you are. But I want everyone. Look, if I do catch it, way, but if I drop it, oh. It's really good, really good. Perfect, let's do the second attempt. I can do it. Oh. It's never happened before in my life. Here we go. Second attempt. Here we go. Hup. Oh my god. No. Oh, that was so close. One more shot. 3rd time is charming. 3rd time's charming. So if I don't get it this time, I'll just probably try again. Attempt number 1. How long have you been here? 1 minute, long enough to know. All right, here we go. I can do it. Fancy finish and everything. Let's see this happen. Hup. Believe in him. Yes. Fancy finish. First go. But I'm learning how to juggle with 4 right now. Honestly, about 6 weeks ago, I couldn't do this trick at all. But now, after 6 long, painful weeks of training, I can kind of do it. So I've chucked it in the show. I hope you guys all enjoy it. Lower your expectations. Smile. Look, don't worry. This isn't going to last long if it works at all. So try to clap immediately when all 4 knives are in the air. I'll try to catch them all. All right, here we go. 4 knives, hoping for the best. Yeah, it's working. Everybody make some noise. Oh, this is the best it's ever gone. Ecstatic. That's a phenomenal result. I'm going to scale it back to 3 for the grand finale on the balance board. I'm only going to do 3 knives because I really want to give you guys a good finale. And 3's my best. I know what I'm doing with 3. Check it out. I've even got some tricks to go with it. There is a small problem. I do my knife juggle on the balance board, and when I'm on the board, I might need a little bit of help from someone in the audience. You're leaving. No. Oh, that's a shame. Oh, cheers, buddy. Well, thank you. No, I'm gonna get an adult now. Hey, buddy. No, this is an adult job. Can you help me, sir? Just watch out. These knives are above his head. What's your name? David? Cool, come quick, David. Everybody, it's David. Let's make some noise for David. Where are you from? Spain. Amazing. Amazing. I'm trying to learn some Spanish on Duolingo. It's not going well because it's a garbage app, but I am picking up. Yo soy malabarista. Yeah. Hey. Yo tengo una sombrero. Hey. Yo necesito dinero. Hey. I thought it was funny. Anyway, your job's easy, my friend. When I'm on the balance board, you just throw the knives at me one at a time. Perfect. One last little piece of the puzzle. Hey, buddy, congratulations. You're now a part of the show. What's your name? Tony. Everybody, let's make some noise for Tony. All right, Tony, where are you from? Chicago. Amazing. Why are you following me, Tony? No, I'm kidding. Tony, stand in the middle. Stand in the middle. You smile at everybody. They give you a massive round of applause. Way! Tony, you relax. Your job is very easy. I stand on the balance board and you throw the bricks at me. Cool. Aim for the face. There's more there, but for now, we'll work on one at a time. You're a good kid. Quiet out here. It's really tense. All right, everybody, enjoy the show. This is called a roller bowler. David, just a quick heads up. Sometimes when I jump up, it flies off in that direction, forward or backward. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Perfect. All right, ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm stalling a little bit because I'm scared of the next part of the show. One graceful leap from the table to the plank of wood. If it works, big cheer. If I'm still standing, go crazy, then we'll finish this thing up. See this, David? Amazon.com. Plastic crap. Ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, the grand finale of the show, the roller bowler. None of that was supposed to happen, David. All right, we're gonna do it. We're gonna make this trick bigger and more exciting and more dangerous. So it's your turn. Sorry, what was your name again? Tony? Tony. Aim for the face, Tony. Hup. Perfect. That was great. Tony, can you do one more brick? Throw the brick, I catch the brick, and this time everybody will spontaneously clap for you. Hup. Spot on. That was great. Okay, now look, I'm gonna go for a second layer on this thing. But I don't stand on the bricks. I need a plank of wood. Tony, can you grab me a plank of wood? Yeah, good stuff. Aim for the face. No, that's a joke. Just hand it to me, buddy. Good lad. Alrighty. Layer number 2, everybody. Some of you may see what's happening if I make it to the second layer. I'll do a third layer. If I make it to the third layer, David and I will juggle some knives. Layer number 2. Look, if I make it to the second layer, we'll go on. Look, I know what this looks like. I know how dodgy it looks. If I'm honest, it is just about as dodgy as it looks. But don't be put off. Honestly, I've done this all over the world for a long, long time. My success rate with all of this is adequate. It's more fun if everybody else is going. Tony, wait. You're just getting ready. Perfect. Look, I can do a third layer. It does make it a lot more difficult, a lot more dangerous, a lot more can go wrong. If it works, it's an amazing trick. If it doesn't, we all have to deal with the consequences. So.
Guy was fine. Anyhow, on to the next day. So my dad, me, and my brother decided to go to the British Museum while my mom went to the National Art Gallery because I didn't want to go with her that one day. So yeah, we got some good photos. It was really interesting. I wish we could have stayed there longer. I remember during like the last 15 minutes that we were there, I just started binging, exploring everything. I spent way too much time in the Egyptian and Greek sections, but I got tons of photos. It was awesome. Beautiful museum. I recommend it to anyone that goes. And then we met up with my mom again. So we took the tube really far west, and then we met up with my second cousin's dad, who's like my second uncle, and he takes us to this Indian restaurant. We pass the school and stuff, and then we go to Windsor Castle. It was closed this day. They wouldn't let us in. We were so bummed out, but at the same time, we're like, yeah, whatever. I can always come back here in like 25 years with my own kids. And yeah, we walked around that like outside path area, and it was pretty cool. Got some good farmland countryside vibes from this place. Yes, I like the countryside. Hope we established that. And then we went to their house. My dad would visit that area all the time, so he was showing us all the nostalgic places. Had a nice dinner, hung out at the park. You know, classic British neighborhood, to be honest. West of London, of course. I mean, it still kind of was London, but it's pretty far out. Alright, so this next day, I took tons of photos. So I'm actually going to explain to you right now what we did. So pretty much, my mom and I decided that we were going to go to the city of Bath, but also stop at Stonehenge all the way. So we actually took a bus tour. Interesting, awesome tour. Can't tell you everything about it, sadly, because there's so much to talk about, so much aspects. It was awesome. It took a few hours. Meanwhile, my dad and my brother were going to a Manchester United game. So at the end of the day, we actually met. I believe we took the train, but that's all I'm going to tell you about their story. They had a fun time, and thankfully, actually, my brother was really worried because he thought they were going to move the game by a day, and obviously the next day we were going to leave and go home back to the United States. So thankfully he got lucky. The weather was perfect. The game did not get moved. He got to see a Manchester United game in Manchester. Sadly, my mom and I had to wake up really early to get going to Victoria Station. My mom got lost using tracking apps again, so I had to help her, which is okay because I get to flex my computer skills. We got on our tour bus. It looked awesome from the start. We were actually one of the first people on. We had a Polish-British immigrant guy as our tour guide. Leaving London, he told us a lot of British history. He told us a lot of history about the areas we were in, and then he dropped us off at Stonehenge, where we actually went on our own.
I have to go that way.
Do you really?
I'll tell you right now, it's a pretty awesome area. Everyone, and I mean everyone, should visit it. It's beautiful. I loved it a lot. Fits my countryside likings.
Con el audio.
Ancient burial grounds right by Stonehenge.
It's about a few minutes hike up this hill to this burial ground area. Loved it. Wish we had more time to walk around because it was awesome. Got some lunch, and then we hopped back on the bus to continue the tour, heading on our way to our next destination, which was Bath, England. Way west side of England, actually. I like the countryside, as I said before, and we get some awesome views of hills, which where I come from, there are not a lot of hills, so it's so cool for me. And then we arrived, everyone heading straight to the Roman baths. This place is pretty underrated in England. Everyone goes to London, but trust me, you should go to the baths too. It's pretty awesome. The baths, because there's two baths, the city bath and then the actual Roman baths. Yeah, there's actually like a museum area. I took like no photos of it because it's a museum. People want to see the real thing. So here's like the authentic pool, but there is a pretty cool museum area too with lots of history, so I recommend you see it too. My mom and I continued exploring the bath area, seeing some other stuff. We even took a big rock that was on the ground from here, came from the original wall, and took it home with us. I don't know what happened to it after I put it in my mom's room. It's probably still in my mom's room somewhere. Might show it off in a future vlog. Then we look around for a place to eat. We find this nice area, and we eat there. And funny story, I dropped a fork accidentally while eating, and these old fancy British people right next to me looked at me like, oh, what? Okay, then we went back to the square. That's where we met our tour guide for an optional tour. Very happy we did it. We were actually on edge. It was awesome. He gave us so much history of the place. We walked up the hill. Really memorable tour. I'm just gonna let you guys look at these photos. I'll be quiet.
View over other people's houses, but whether here, however, here you've got the lovely view over the mountain. Much better. Also, same looking houses, so it looks like a big palace, like Versailles or something like that, but still it's divided.
From here on, we started to go downhill because we really had not that much time left and had to return to the bus. And we started to head on our way back. This guy did give us some minor history, but he just let us put our headphones in and just listen to music for the rest of the ride because all of us needed a music break. And look at this wonderful countryside. You know that we want to listen to some old country music and look out the window. Around here, so we stopped at a gas station just so people can pee, and I actually entered there alone. It's kind of weird being in a gas station in a foreign country on a foreign continent without your parents, but it was pretty cool. And then we just took the tube home. That was it for that day, I'll tell you that. Alright, so this is the final day, and we go home. There's not that much left of the video, but I have to explain something important. Another factor comes in here. Look, this was March 31st in England, okay? So, their time switches to BST, British Summer Time. So now instead of being 5 hours ahead of Central time, which is in the United States where I live, they are 6 hours ahead for me. So that's just going to be a change. It's just going to say BST for now on. Don't worry, it's only for like 2 photos because that's all we have, and like, go home. Alright, this is the day that we actually go home. So we get our stuff together, eat at this cafe underneath our Airbnb, and the Uber actually won't accept it, saying that they can't fit that much bags in there. Although on the way to our Airbnb they accepted it. Instead, we take a taxi, get on a train to Gatwick, get on a plane, and arrive home. Our bags were extremely delayed for some reason, but we still got home time to get ready and go to sleep. Oh yeah, our brother had a party while we were away. So let me explain that to you right now. Dude told me he was gonna have a party, so I warned my parents. And like, oh, it's fine. We have a family friend staying there with his family. Like, they're staying in our house for a few days, and they'll be there every day. They'll check twice a day. So don't worry about that, right? I'm like, I'm warning you. I really warned them. I tried, but turns out, guess what? The last day, the 30th, the night of the 30th, my brother. He found an opening. It was a one-day opening, and he took it. And yeah, we had to clean up the house right when we got home from England. Jet lag. Also, because of this happening, I accidentally left my water bottle in the Uber and never got it back, so I had to replace it with another water bottle. Well, it's similar. I'd say it's equally as good. It has its different flaws, but also has different benefits. We're talking about a water bottle right now. Come on, people. Oh, and for this plane flight, I didn't fall asleep. So you want to know what I watched? Mr. Men and Little Miss when we were taking off. Then Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald. I liked it at first, but then it just didn't feel that interesting about halfway through. Then I watched the 1517 Train to Paris. I liked it because of the bullying psychology. And then finally I watched Harry Potter: The Sorcerer's Stone. I'd obviously seen it before, so it felt a bit fast, but I just loved that movie. It was pretty awesome. We were somewhere above Ontario at this time. If you're wondering, my family actually has all the Harry Potter movies, so my brother then started binging the rest of them for the rest of the month of April until he was done, and I didn't do it, but I'm planning to, because I still remember the storyline. Then I ended it off by watching some random TV show. It wasn't that interesting, but that was it for my Tales of England. I had to add in those movies I watched at the end. I know this video was different, but next time I do a trip like this, in fact, my Florida trip, which is coming out soon, that happened late July, is formatted as a vlog and not just a bunch of photos and videos put together. But I had to show you this trip, so hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye!